Hello, this is your special education virtual content specialist with the guide for middle school lessons for the date of March 10th. Before I begin, I would like to remind you that all of these lessons can be found in Teach Hub. In addition, for teachers, we present to you the title, the focus question, the learning objective, the standards and objectives for each lesson. Additionally, we provide guidance for using this resource, including instructional and technology guidance, implementation guidance for each slide in the lesson, guidance for summarizing, guidance for assessment during instruction, and general methods for engaging with students with disabilities and multilingual learners. Let's begin with the 6th grade lesson. 6th graders will be in Unit 7, Rational Numbers, Day 2, Points on a Number Line. What does it mean for numbers to be opposites? As part of the differentiation for the introduction and launch, you can make it into a multiple choice option and have students determine what could the value of B be. For the explore, you can divide it into the workshop model into an I do, we do, you do. You can also split up the 2 word problems into an additional I do and you do, in which you provide students a sentence starter in which they only have to write in the numerical value of the temperature and indicating that cooler means less, that you want them to subtract. Additionally, you can have students do the additional explore, in which they answer the following questions. Which number is the same distance away from 0 as the number 4? Which number is the same distance from 0 as the number -3? 2 numbers that are the same distance from 0 on the number line are called opposites. Find another pair of opposites on the number line and determine how far away the number 5 is from 0. Then choose a positive and a negative number that is each farther away from 0 than is the number 5. Lastly, students will be summarizing, and here are the sentence starters so students can focus more on the content of their answer rather than the sentence structure. Students also have additional support with a video and family resources. For additional practice, you can assign students who are struggling with questions from IXL, medium group learners with practice problems from Open Up resources, and high group students with Engage New York problem set. For the 7th grade, they are on Unit 7, Angles, Triangles, and Prisms. Day 8, Solving for Unknown Angles, Part 2. How can we recognize an equation that represents a relationship between angle measures? For the launch, you can have students focus on naming the different angles and what their relationship is by providing those sentence starters. For the explore, students have to match an equation to a diagram, and the diagram A has been matched to the equation G equals H for you already. For the explore, you want students to focus on finding that measure of angle B, and so you just want them to write that down. And for the summary, as always, we provide a sentence starter so they can focus on the content of their answer rather on sentence structure. There are 3 additional support videos from Khan Academy and additional practice from IXL, Open Up resources, and Engage New York. Now for the 8th grade lessons. For 8th graders, they're working on exponents and scientific notation. Day 4, Multiplying Powers of 10, Part B. What patterns emerge with exponents when we multiply powers of 10? For the introduction, students are going to write down their noticings and wonders. It is highly suggested that the teacher during a synchronous period is the one demonstrating the applet. That way students can focus more on their noticings and wonderings rather than accessing the applet. So you can direct students to the next slide, which is where they actually write down their noticings and wonderings. So you want them to write at least one noticing and at least one wondering. For the explore, students have to complete the table, and they may skip a single box in the table, but if they do, they need to be prepared to explain why they skipped it. To help out a little bit more, I filled out 10 to the power of 8 for the single power of 10 column. So students only have to focus on filling out one missing box from the expression column, 3 from the expanded column, and 3 from the single power of 10 column. After they complete the table, they're going to compare the expressions to the single powers of 10 and write down a pattern that they see. Students are going to continue their explore by applying their reasoning from slide C to explain how they can rewrite 10 to the nth power times 10 to the nth power. And then students are going to answer a question about how many bacterial cells there would be. And so students only have to fill out the exponential value of the base 10. Lastly, there is a summary question where they have to answer the question, what patterns emerge with exponents when we multiply powers of 10? There is a lesson support video that students can look at in case they need support during a asynchronous period or after the lesson. And there is additional practice with iExcel and practice problems from open up resources. With all of these resources, there are resource citations, and you can find additional work at Illustrative Mathematics, Khan Academy, Open Up Resources, Engage New York, iExcel. If you have any questions, please reach out to your virtual content specialist. Thank you.